Fair to say that we all know, of course, that the Princess of Wales, Catherine, has really no time for the former royal, some might say the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and rightly so. She clearly tried her best to welcome her, get on, but then, of course, was attacked literally across the world's media in that Oprah Winfrey interview, which resulted in, well, 17th, as Meghan like to call them, untruths. Well, we call them lies, right? But there's the bottom line. And it's fascinating to think how this has really played out, because from the very off, I was told by insiders that Catherine really went out of her way. Not just Catherine, but her sister Pippa, and of course her mother and father too. A very welcoming and warm, down-to-earth family. Clearly that wasn't something that Meghan was used to. As Prince Harry pointed out in that ill-fated comment, she's now finally found the family that she always wanted. Clearly not, because she ditched them really quickly. But now it looks set that the tables are about to turn, literally in Catherine's favour. And this is not going to please Meghan one bit. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good to see you. Thank you so much as ever for your time today. Hope you're keeping well, whatever you're doing. And yeah, thank you, by the way, for your lovely comments regarding Tony Hatch and Petula Clark. A lot of people wanted to know what was Tony Hatch like, because, of course, for those that remember over here in the United Kingdom, he was Mr. Nasty on a talent show, big talent show of the day, called New Faces. Lovely man, it's just an act, you know. Very talented guy though, yeah, incredibly talented. When you look at the body of work and the songs that he's done, we all know things like the theme tunes, you know, Crossroads, Neighbours, that sort of stuff. But there's so much more, and you know, when you think about it, hardly recognised in this modern climate. Not sure why. Petula, absolutely delicious, loved her, and one of my favourite Norma Desmonds in the West End in Sunset Boulevard. Did a lot of work together back in the day, loved Petula Clark, what a star. Now let's get back to your royal story of the day. Here's where it gets really interesting, because as we know, Catherine is still beavering away. Fingers crossed that we're going to get something for her carol service, which has become a staple in our festive season. One I've been open about, I thoroughly enjoy, just because I love seeing Westminster Abbey so beautifully illuminated. And it's a true spirit of Christmas in a Christian country, isn't it? That's the whole point of it, you know? And I think that what she's done with this has been magnificent, really, in just driving that back very gently and very astutely as only she can. But you see, there's always a problem when you are successful, and Catherine, the Princess of Wales, has become very successful in this sphere. You know, no two ways about it. Told you before, it sells around the world, very large for the ITV network. Now, again, here's where it gets even more interesting, because the contract itself is coming to a near conclusion. And, you know, naturally they're looking at negotiating all of that sort of stuff. As ever, we have to say allegedly. But according to a source, you see, the rival Netflix is very keen to procure this particular programme. And you can understand why. Now, I think this would be a good idea, seemingly because, you know, you can stream it. It can go into other areas where you can't normally get this particular programme, or you have to wait until a company's bought it. And more importantly, it's the way forward, isn't it? Streaming and digitalization, you know. Other than that, if I was Catherine, I probably would put it independently on my own YouTube channel, something on that nature. Why not? But you see, the problem is, the sticking point for Netflix is Meghan. And according to a very well-placed source, they've woken up to this and said, well, look, we've had masses of PR, free PR from Meghan and Harry, none of it really good, and we've had no content. And as ever, I have to say, allegedly, but this is from an ex-source, and really, they're sort of thinking, well, how could they move forward? Now, the only way to move forward would be to simply remove the two pieces of, well, difficulty in that way, which are the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. And they believe that if they were removed from this particular content platform, then Catherine would at least, or certain members of the British monarchy, would then maybe view Netflix in a more favourable light. Tricky manoeuvre, whichever way you look at it, but one, as I say, that would have some benefits for the Princess of Wales, and more importantly for the rest of us who enjoy things like this. But now have Netflix completely stained their reputation by being associated with the two people that were going to deliver so much, when in effect delivered so little. It's interesting, it's developing. When I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.